invite Mr. Ashish Ganju from the Chicago chapter of Save a Mother, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the powerful impact that your dollars have been able to make in the villages that Save a Mother organization serves. Ashish is a results-oriented leader and an entrepreneur who has a proven track record in building strong partnerships and leading strategic, large and complex programs. I got that off his LinkedIn profile, if you can't tell. He has brought those skills successfully to Save a Mother and has been leading the Chicago team for over 5 years. Tonight, he'll also share with you his recent experiences in the villages of Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka. Please put your hands together for Ashish Ganju.
Can you guys hear me in the back? Good evening. I'm not used to the light on my face, unlike Shivanaji. Thanks everybody for coming out to support our organization and the great cause. I don't think I deserve the introduction that was given, but thanks nonetheless. A lot of people I met during earlier this evening, and I was asked this question over and over again. Ashish Ganju, how am I related to Dr. Shivan Ganju or the Ganju family? So let's set the record straight. No, I'm not his son. I do call myself his adopted son. Right, Shivanji? So, as it was said in the introduction, I've been associated with Save a Mother for about 5 years now. I'm one of the directors. And I would like to briefly share the journey of Save a Mother and how we are changing lives and how it's changed my own life as well. So, I feel very privileged that I lived a life where I was raised and supported by very strong women, be it my grandmothers, my mother, or my aunt who's on table 21, love you Bua, who's here tonight. Or being my sister, my wife, and now my teenage daughter. So, I feel very lucky that I have these strong women in my life. But, and what Save a Mother has done is given me a great opportunity to kind of give back to some of the very underprivileged or less unfortunate women who too are somebody's sisters or mothers or daughters. So I feel very good that I have through this platform. I'm sorry, I'm not used to the light falling in the face. But so I feel very privileged I feel very privileged that I have this platform where I'm able to give back to these women. And so quickly, what are we doing at SAM? I do have some slides, but we'll go through that in a minute. So we are changing the lives of women. Thank you, that helps. So what are we doing? We're changing the life of these women in rural India. What we're doing is we're making them aware and empowered in terms of what their basic health needs are or what they need in terms of healthcare. So we're educating them and so that they can demand what's kind of everybody's right? We need to have good healthcare. And they're asking for better healthcare for themselves, their families, their kids, and their communities. So that's the best part. And I got to experience that firsthand during the recent visit to Uttar Pradesh, and I went to a few villages to see firsthand how our programs are run and how the lives are getting changed. It is indeed very sad when a woman or an infant loses life. And most of the time it's preventable. If we just take care of a few things, nobody has to die. And I kind of draw a contrast to when my wife was pregnant through her 2 pregnancies. We got a 5-star treatment in this country, and for both of us, especially for me, it was the greatest experience of our life. And I don't think many women in rural have a great experience. Forget greatest experience. They don't have a very good experience at all when they're going through the childbirth and the process. And you know, they're not aware of what going for regular checkups means, what taking prenatals means, what eating healthy diet means, or kind of regularly monitoring their hemoglobin means. They don't know these things. So at Seva Mother, we are pledged to change that. And I'm very happy to inform you all that with your support, we are succeeding in doing that. So I have a little trivia question for everybody in the audience. Does anybody know what's the maternal mortality rate in United States of America? Any guesses? Anyone? Okay. We have the slides. Somebody's busy testing. That's okay. Millennials you can all. Oh, yeah, there you go. So let's just take a quick peek at what is the maternal mortality rate in some of the developed countries. US, although if you go to the CIA's World Vision site, it claims 15, but this is the independent third party that published the number, it's 26. But the reason I'm showing this number, I'm going to get into that in a minute, but if you see the developed world, from UK around 9.2 down to Finland 3.8, that's the maternal mortality rate in these developed countries. So let's just take a peek at one of our program sites in Gala in Karnataka, which was where we have been there for the last 4 or 5 years. So I want to share some data and how Save a Mother is changing lives and impacting the maternal mortality rate. So in 2013 when we started, it was about 141, and it kept going down, it kept going down. And any guesses for 2017? Yes, thank you. We brought it down to 0. It's a great accomplishment. You know, I feel very proud that I'm associated with the organization that's done this kind of impact. And as we saw the previous slide, even the developed world does not have these kind of numbers. This is amazing. And just do a comparison, overall in India, the death rate is, or the mortality rate is 174. The state of Karnataka is 133. And the villages where we are, SAM is not present in Gala district, we are in about 165 villages out of 350 villages. The rate is 78. So you can see the contrast, we brought it down to 0. And this continuing with that, so the infant mortality rate, which is kind of tied to maternal mortality, when we started again was about 15.5. And we've been working on it, and no guesses here, it's not 0. It's down to 4. Again, a very significant drop, especially when you look at some other numbers. Overall in the country, it's 39. The state has 31, and the non-SAM sites or villages have 12. And US is at 5.8, and Japan is the lowest infant mortality rate. The reason being they don't have too many kids there, but nonetheless it's 2. And our target is to beat that 2. We want to go to 0. And with your support and help, we're going to get there. So, I'm kind of done with the slides, which is good. Oh, sorry. So then again, I wanted to quickly share some more numbers. So we are also in 2 districts in Uttar Pradesh, Amethi and Jaunpur. And our programs there, we've served about close to 1.5 million people. We've trained these health volunteers, Arogya Sakhi and Swasth Sakhi. We train them, these are our frontline soldiers. We train them, that's where the dollars get spent. We go train these foot soldiers, and they are the ones that take the message to the people that are getting impacted. These are foot soldiers, they are volunteers, they are the neighbors, the daughters, the sisters, who are going and spreading the message and actually making a change. And the rates, we brought the maternal infant mortality rate down to 8. The state is 60 and district is 45. We already saw over the country. And also the maternal mortality rate is down to 178 per 100,000 live births. One of the things that we teach through our programs is to have institutional deliveries, go and deliver the baby in hospital, because you get you get good treatment there, and as a result, both the mother and the baby end up surviving. And through our message, we've increased the villages. We have increased the institutional deliveries to 99%. So almost everybody goes and has a delivery in the hospital, and that saves lives. One of the things that we are doing as part of our population stabilization, and as well as just kind of all these are tied to women's health, as ensuring that the females in villages, sometimes they marry them as young as 10 or 8, and it's mind-boggling. But through our program, again, we're educating them, and we have been able to increase that to 18, almost 95%. So that's, again, very remarkable figure out there. And then as part of the population stabilization, we are also encouraging them to use some contraceptives and things like that. And again, we've just started the program about 2 years back. And as you can see, there's increase in the acceptance of contraceptives. Some more numbers, we can skip over that. The last figure is something that we started last year. We are now also helping in tuberculosis control. It's an epidemic back home in India. By the time people realize that they have tuberculosis, they've already infected 20-30 people in their community, in their family. And they pretty much wait till it's, when the blood is losing or something like that, and that's when they go to seek a treatment, and oftentimes it's too late. So through our message, again, we educate them to see what are the early symptoms of tuberculosis, so that they can get the treatment sooner than later, and then obviously save the lives. So that's what we started in the last 1 year, and you can see almost 60-70% cure because of early detection. So still working on that. We just started that. So yeah, so that was some numbers. Don't want to bore you too much with the numbers, but Shivanji is here, I'm here, and there's some other directors here. So if anybody has any questions on the programs, feel free to reach us during the break. So the one thing that I noticed during my recent visit, is that the rural women in India, they have taken charge. I don't know if it's thanks to penetration by Bollywood or what the reason is, but they are becoming vocal. They are demanding their health rights. Maybe Sam has a role to play, I think so. And they're volunteering, they're organizing, they're supporting each other, and they're, as I said, the best part is they're vocal about it, they are demanding their rights, which is very good, because when people are aware that what healthcare needs that they have or what they should do, then that's how you save lives. And that's the SAM mantra, right? We want to educate people about how to lead healthy and better lives. I met several women, and each one of them had a story to tell, and I'm not going to bore you with the stories, but I just want to quickly touch on 3 stories. There was this lady who came to me, and she said her husband and 3 kids were diagnosed of tuberculosis. And because she understood what the detection or what the symptoms, how to detect it early, they were all 3 cured and were leading a healthy life within 6 months. Again, few years back, they probably would have died, because by the time they would have realized that they had tuberculosis, it would have been too late. So again, how our programs are changing lives. Another one talked about, and I think we may have that on a video also, that after going through her sessions, she realized that she has to wait and let her daughter finish her graduation, and she made a pledge that she's not going to marry her before 21, before she's done her education. Again, in small ways we are changing lives. And then lastly, this lady came to me and she said she had lost 2 kids during childbirth, and she didn't know anything about what prenatals mean, what going and eating iron tablets means. And so through our program, she got educated, and she took care of her pregnancy the 3rd time around, and she had a healthy 1-year baby in her lap. That made me feel really good, because that's how we change lives. Thank you. And there are many stories like that. And then we have short videos, and you'll see some of those stories on the video also. But I'm glad that at Save Mother, we are changing and helping save lives. As Dr. Ashish Ganju said, that it was on the slide also, 1 life lost is 1 too many. So things are changing. Things are changing in India for good, and there's a lot of NGOs like SAM doing a lot of good work. So but at the same time, a lot more needs to be done. In SAM, over the last 10 years, we have reached into about 1,500 villages. But any guesses at how many villages India has? It's a big number. 640,000 and some change. So it's a large number. Long way to go. But with your support, I'm very confident that we'll get there. And that's our mission. Thank you. I'm not done yet. Hope you're enjoying your dinner. So we have some short videos. We just wanted to quickly go through those, and couple of videos are some of the women talking about how through SAM programs they got educated about their healthcare and their family's healthcare, and that helped them. And then we have one video of some of the techniques that we use where the village people, they come up with songs and they keep repeating those songs till it kind of becomes part of the fabric. That's how we do it, right? It's a mantra. You keep repeating till you know that when you're pregnant, you got to go get checkups, you got to get, eat your iron tablets, and you got to monitor your weight and eat fruits and all that stuff. And then lastly, we also have a video, a small clip about how we conduct those sessions. So, go ahead.
और उसके बाद मैं गर्भवती होने से पहले से मदर से